Welcome to episode 183 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Tuesday, people. Tuesday the second, fucking hell, the 2nd of February, 2021, and we're cracking on with the second month already, and I'm still. People had to fill in a form the other day and filled out 2020. I just won't let it go, man. I just won't let it go. I hope your week is progressing well. It's like a little winter wonderland here at Briggs Towers at the moment. There is fucking snow everywhere, which, as I was previously remarked on this podcast, it is the whole of England seems to have come to a standstill. It's still every year we get snow, and every year we don't seem to be able to manage our transportation system in this country, where people A, don't drive like idiots, B, it's 2021 now, right? And we haven't developed trains that can drive in snow when we get snow most years. What is it? Why can't we? They must have fucking trains in Canada that can plow through the fucking snow. But for some reason over here, you know, there's a wet leaf on the line, and then everything has to fucking, you know, come to a standstill. Not that it really matters this year anyway, because nobody's going anywhere still, because of the COVID situation. Yeah, so it looks fucking beautiful though, doesn't it? As soon as the snow falls, that's the one thing about living in somewhere hot, somewhere like I was going to say Africa, and that's, hey man, there's snow in Africa. Yeah, I know, but fucking generally there isn't. All right, Mr. fucking Wikipedia. Hey, did you know there's snow on the mountaintops in Africa? Well, yes, I imagine there is, because they're at a different elevation than the rest of the fucking continent. But broadly speaking, you know, when you think of Africa, you don't necessarily think of snow, do you? Anyway, yeah, so living at places like that, that's the one, you know, like a warm place, somewhere like that, or somewhere that's warm, sort of like 365 days of the year, like California. Hey, man, you get snow in California. All right. But broadly speaking, places like that are warm most of the year, I think that's what I would miss. I mean, I love that's the thing I love about this fucking great nation. A great nation with a fucking sordid history. That's one of the things I actually like about this country. The fact we've got a fucking shameful history as well. We were the country out there sticking it to the people years ago, before anybody else could, because we had weapons and shit. But that's one of the beautiful things I like any other country wouldn't have fucking done that years ago, would they? Like years ago, you know, I'm sure Genghis Khan conquered his fucking entire empire by just doing fucking meet and greets when he was going round. And not like fucking raping and pillaging his way through fucking Europe and fucking Russia or wherever he was. Let's have a little bit of coffee. Yeah, but every fucking country in the world's got a sordid fucking history, and would have took advantage of that, and we were just there first, baby. We were there first. Anyway, that's the one thing I like about this country, the fucking seasons. It gives you something to look forward to, and makes you not expect too much. That is the underlying thing with this country. We have fucking low expectations because our weather is fucking shit. I think it's sort of like the weather itself seems to seep into your fucking skin and your own expectations of life. If there's a warm day, that's why when there's a warm day, everybody goes fucking mental. starts drinking in the park, stripping off to string vests and just, skinny dipping in the fucking boxer shorts when it's about 15 degrees outside. Isn't it? And when it hits 30, everybody seems to fucking just pass out like they're in a fucking Jane Austen novel. Or one of the Bronte novels, don't they? Yeah, but that's the thing I like about this country, like, because we're coming out of it. Although it's like, although it's snow outside now, in about like a month, 2 months time, it gives you an expectation, something to look forward to. Those couple of really warm days of summer that we have, you fucking appreciate them when you live in a fucking country that is essentially just a fucking rainforest without the fucking forest, and fucking weird birds and fucking orangutans hanging out of trees and shit like that. It pisses it down a lot here. It's cold here. It's fucking rainy. I know there's colder places on the planet, but it's just fucking you're used to that, aren't you? That's the worst thing about this country. The weather gives you hope. It gives you hope, and then it will snatch it away. Doesn't it? One nice day on a Friday, everybody's fucking going out buying barbecue shit, and then the next day it'll be pissing it down. But we refuse to give up on that barbecue. We will stand over a barbecue with a fucking umbrella, and you'll all fucking enjoy it because it's summertime. As it's pissing it down and your fucking drink's filling up faster than you can fucking drink it. Anyway, talking about drinking drinks, I'm on the old coffee today. Oh, look at you, Ben. Hey, times must be good. They're not bad. Thank you very much. They're not bad. Let's have a little bit of coffee anyway. There we go. That'll get us through. Won't it? Yeah, so it's a little winter wonderland here at Briggs Towers at the moment. Funnily enough, this is just to give you an insight, people who aren't from this fair rainy isle of ours. This is the government put out a report that there may be travel delays with some vehicles possibly becoming stranded because of the snow. Really? No fucking shit. It happens every fucking year. Do they still have to keep putting out these travel bulletins that some vehicles are going to become stranded? And some vehicles may not become stranded, and the vehicles don't become stranded. Some of those will make it home. Some of those will not make it home and possibly stay around a friend's house. Here we go. This is the sort of like moment to moment finger on the fucking pulse reporting we have in the British media at the moment. Anyway, let's have a look. Talking of media, let's have some more coffee because it's fucking addictive. I'm sorry. I'm one of these people who I can sit on a cup of tea, right? But these Tassimo coffees, you can't sit on them for that long because they come out at like a drinkable temperature. So after about 5 minutes, they're fucking stone cold. So you have to wolf it down in about 5 minutes. But they are fucking lovely as well. So we're having more coffee now. I know it gets annoying me saying, let's have a cup of tea, let's have a bit of tea, let's have a bit of coffee and stuff like that. But if it goes silent for a while, because I imagine you listeners out there have the attention span of a fucking gnat that's been playing video games all day, I imagine you'll just switch the podcast off. So I have to explain everything of what I'm doing over these airways. Whereas if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see me fucking drinking coffee and go, oh, he's drinking coffee. And now I've explained it too much, haven't I? There's another listenership down. Right. That was more coffee there. Right, talking about tenuous things in the news. This is one thing that starts happening. I'm 43 years old now, right? soon to become 44. I won't tell the exact date just in case anybody's listening and tries to fucking impersonate me and have a bank card sent to themselves in my name and it goes on my credit report. This is something that starts happening as you get older. People you fucking grew up with, well, not grew up with, people who were on TV as when you were kids, who were possibly kids themselves, just start dying. This is the story this week that Dustin Diamond, who played Screech in Saved by the Bell, he was the annoying, geeky one. He was the wacky sidekick to Zach, the Zach character in it, Zach, whatever his name was. I forget his last name. He was like the rapey one, always after women. You wouldn't get away with Saved by the Bell these days. He wouldn't have been saved by the bell. Not by the hashtag Me Too movement, that's for sure. Hey, I got the bell. That ain't going to save you. That ain't going to save you. Yeah, Dustin Diamond, who was the wacky sidekick, Screech, his name was, who looked very much like Beaker from the Muppets, has died this week. He was only, this is worrying as well, he's only about a month older than me. Oh, brutal. This is the sort of thing that happens. It makes you question your own mortality when people who were famous years ago start fucking popping their clogs. Apparently he died of, I think it was lung cancer or something. He got diagnosed in January and then popped his clogs a month later. So he was not saved by the bell. That's all. Maybe. Did they use that to treat him? Hey, just stroke the bell. Stroke the bell. You're going to get through it. Actually, that fucking worked. That would be an unconventional treatment to cancer. Yeah, so he was sort of like a child star. And then, well, he was in Saved by the Bell. So everybody of a certain generation knew who the fuck he was, because Saved by the Bell was one of those American imports that came over to the UK. We had Saved by the Bell. I remember they used to play Happy Days. Happy Days used to be on Channel 4 at about 6 o'clock. This was pre-Hollyoaks days. So on a weekday, they used to have Happy Days on Channel 4. I used to watch that. Which is basically how I modelled very much of my youthful persona on the Fonz. So that was a very strange relationship, wasn't it, that Richie Cunningham and the Fonz had? The Fonz essentially used to live in above the garage in Richie Cunningham's house and then sort of like bully him. That's very liberal parenting, when your parents invite your bully to live above your garage. Yeah, so we had American imports like that. I think we had Mork and Mindy as well. I'm trying to think of what other American shows we had over here. Like nowadays, you get fucking everything on Netflix and that, wasn't it? But it was a very limited. I know we had Friends and that, but that was not when I was a kid. You know, that seemed to come over when I was like about 18, 19, something like that. And you had Friends, and then you had, you had all the American series and shit like that, didn't you? Columbo has always been a stalwart of being purchased by British broadcasters. Columbo seemed to be on forever. Throughout my childhood and adulthood, there's always a Columbo playing somewhere on a UK TV channel. You just need to dig it out at any time of the day. Columbo is playing, and when that ends, I imagine the world will cease to exist. Will stop being a civilized culture when they finally take Columbo off the air. Let's have a little bit more coffee. We're right down to the bottom of it now, so I'm going to have to finish it. Sorry about that. I'm a greedy little bastard. Yeah, so Dustin Diamonds died. Sounds like a fucking good name for a band. I didn't know about this until I Googled this earlier, until I had a look to see what else he'd done, his filmography and stuff like that, which is, very much Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell, 1989 to 1993, 1993 to 1994, Saved by the Bell, The College Years, 1994, Saved by the Bell, Wedding in Las Vegas, and then 1994 to 2000, Saved by the Bell, The New Class. I imagine that was a reboot, where Screech plays Screech, only now he's in his 30s and smacked off his tits because Zach and all his friends have left him and become married. And he's just still hanging around with kids from a high school. Saved by the Bell, the should-be forgotten years. That would be Saved by the Bell, the uncomfortable conversation with a 30-year-old about penis length. So I didn't know this, though. The old Screechy did a sex tape. It's not one of the better-known ones. You've got your Kardashian one, the Paris Hilton one that looks like some sort of, it looks like Paris Hilton's fucking sex tape. I have watched a bit of it. Not that it's a sex tape, really. It's a little bit of tit in it, and, it's all in green. It looks like some sort of fucking view through a sniper's fucking rifle, night sight rifle or something, doesn't it? You expecting that, to hear the director saying cut. That's not a fucking... Who has, night vision on their fucking regular camera? So it's not one of the most wildly known sex tapes. In 2006, it says there, Diamond directed and released his own celebrity sex tape, Screeched, Saved by the Smell. I tell you what, I fucking like that title. Saved by the Bell End would have been fucking better, Screech, wouldn't it? Surely. You're going to go for that? Surely. Saved by the Smell, that's not bad. But surely Saved by the Bell End would be a lot better, wouldn't it, Screech? I don't know. According to Melanie McFarlane's retelling of a press release, Diamond initially said the tape got out because he and a group of friends had a monthly gathering wherein they exchanged such tapes. Every month? Jesus, that's a... You know what? I'm feeling the pressure of doing a podcast twice a week, but doing a fucking sex tape every month? Jesus. And usually, the sequels aren't as good usually as the original, so the original's got to be good for people to actually want to watch the sequels. Several years later, Diamond said in a Where Are They Now interview on Oprah Winfrey that he was not in the sex tape, rather a stunt double had his likeness superimposed. Yeah, I don't believe that. If you're going to release a sex tape and knowingly release it, like all these celebrities, that's what they do, isn't it? These celebrities, I have no idea how this sex tape that we got professionally recorded, and we would. There's only the two of us who ever known about it. I don't know how this got out. As I fucking recorded it and watched it being edited and helped to edit it and produced it and and gave to my publisher to release. I have no idea how this got out. Fucking hell. So if you're in a if you're the Kardashians, Kim Kardashian's released one, hasn't she? With released one or something like that with Kanye West. That's when everybody said, "Oh yeah, I want to see more of this naked girl with a fucking big ass." Maybe a bit of a family as well, and some of her friends. I'd like to know more about this big ass woman. That's what the world said, didn't they? Yeah, I imagine if you're Screech, and you're just releasing it to friends that you have that weird fucking, you know. I used to trade Panini stickers with my friends when I was a child. I still wouldn't trade sex tapes with people. Mine'll be over by the trailers anyway, people. Hey, is there more to this? Did this cut off? Did you video somewhere over it? No, that's all of it. That's you're getting 30 seconds there. And anyway, what did anybody else bring? Fucking hell. Yeah, so apparently he said he superimposed. That is Dustin Diamond he's hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom, man. He hit rock bottom in 2006, made a sex tape thinking, fucking hell, Kim Kardashian's fucking, you know, made a fucking fortune. Paris Hilton's made a fortune from sex tapes. Maybe I'll make a sex tape and I'll be back on top. He's forgot the rule that Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton are actually fucking attractive and females, and there's a lot more men out there who are willing to spray their fucking load whilst watching a celebrity have sex than they are a celebrity female have sex than they are a celebrity man who looks like fucking Beaker from the Muppets. You might as well just fucking pull your twonk whilst watching the fucking Muppet Show. I imagine up on the list of female sexual fantasy figures, I imagine Screech wasn't particularly up there. He's not jostling for position with Brad Pitt or fucking, you know, or Tom Cruise, is he? You know, Screech is way down. He's a desperation wank for a woman. He's a nostalgia wank, basically, isn't he? You know, he's a sort of like, you know, hey, man, Jesus, you know, you see him at a bar. Hey, it's Screech and stuff like that. Hey, he's a have your picture taken with him, post it on fucking Facebook or Instagram going, hey, guys, I ran into. He's not get on your knees and fucking, you know, take a facial off him, is he? Whilst being recorded and then released. Ah, Jesus. Who was the poor woman involved in this video? I imagine it was a woman. Who was the poor woman who not only, if this is true, who is the poor woman who not only agreed to do a Screech sex tape, named Saved by the Smell, missed out on an opportunity, Saved by the Bell End would have been better, as we've discussed. Who is this woman who not only agreed to do a sex tape with Screech, but then when it turns out it's actually not Screech, it's a Screech lookalike who's having his face superimposed over him as well? How low down on the porn star list would you have to be to agree to do that? Not even make a porno with Screech, but somebody whose face they're superimposing on to look like Screech. If that's true. It's fucking not true though, is it? Anyway. Yeah, so he's dead. I think that's the main thing. This is one of these things that are, you know, I always said, like I said earlier, and that sort of thing. You get to a certain stage in life, you get to a certain age in life, when people your age who were famous when you were young, who you remember because he was sort of like a cult figure, because you remember that, because you become, when you're a child, you become fucking obsessed with shit, don't you? And you remember all the people in the shows, you remember the fucking dialogue of the shows, and then stuff goes around the playground that they say, and, you know, you get into it, don't you? But there reaches a time in your life where these people start popping their clogs and you start thinking to yourself, you know, he did quite a bit. He might not have done a lot more than Saved by the Bell and his sex tape, but, you know, he's done, you know, quite a bit. He's been to prison as well. Screech in prison. I imagine that, you know, I imagine he didn't have a problem making a sex tape there. I imagine Screech is the sound that he made regularly whilst using the ablution facilities. Dear. Anyway, that's somebody who's dead. Sorry about that. I've got a fucking bit of a cough still hanging around. Good old Screech. He's gone to the final bell has tolled. That should have been the headline for it, for Screech. Anyway, let's move on to things that don't make me question my own mortality, but still just as worrying in the grand scheme of things. This is a story that Elon Musk from Tesla fame said in an interview. This is Neuralink, which is one of his companies, wires up a monkey to play video games. Now, this is when you realise that maybe you've got too much money and you might be turning into a Bond villain. Elon Musk's company has wired up a monkey's brain so the monkey can play video games. Surely they could have just made it like a little handheld Xbox controller. Surely, rather than hardwiring its brain into a fucking video game. I would imagine the first game they should have played was Donkey Kong. Come on. Surely. The monkey would have been fucking amazing at that. Surely. Here's the story. Elon Musk said in an interview that a monkey has been wired up to play video games with its mind, purely with its mind, by a company he founded called Neuralink. Neuralink put a computer chip into the monkey's skull and used tiny wires to connect its brain. I don't know how to feel about this. There's people, is there people protesting this? We're not allowed to test fucking, lipstick on fucking monkeys and rabbits and shit like that. Rabbits have got a lot less attractive than monkeys. Do you think any of those scientists, when they test the lipstick and the mascara and shit on monkeys and stuff, they get a little bit, do you think they get a, hey there, actually, I've been single for about 6 months now, and all I'm doing is, nobody really wants to date me because I'm fucking testing cosmetics on animals, and hey, that shade of lipstick quite suits that monkey over there. Hey, you coming? It's the end of the day. You coming? No, I'm just gonna stay and do a bit of overtime for about half an hour. Hey there, baby. As he gets out a razor and starts shaving the monkey's legs. I don't really like hairy legs. Is it all right? Gets in the next day and you got that awkward fucking walk of shame that the monkey's doing back to his cage. Anyway. Elon Musk has said in an interview late Sunday that monkey has been wired up to play video games with its mind by a company he founded called Torture Apes with Video Games in Their Brain. No, it's called Neuralink. Neuralink put a computer chip into the monkey's skull and used tiny wires to connect it to its brain. It's not an unhappy monkey, he said. It is if you disconnect the wires. It's like a kid. Oh, fucking hell. I don't want to go to bed. I want another hour playing fucking video games and melting my fucking brain. It's not an unhappy monkey, apparently. I don't think I'd be too chuffed if I had fucking wires coming out of my brain that some fucking multi-millionaire soon-to-become Bond villain fucking wired in there. He said during a talk on Clubhouse, a new social media app gaining popularity that allows people to have informal voice chats while others listen in. Everything's voyeurism these days, isn't it? You can't even see where the neural implant was put in. But it's got a fucking... Its fucking eyes glow as red as soon as it's switched on. There's just a humming sound coming from its fucking skull. The billionaire who also spoke about space travel colonies on Mars, crypto, artificial intelligence, COVID-19 vaccines, said Neuralink is trying to figure out if it can use chips to get monkeys to play mind pong with each other. Yeah, that'll help us. That'll get us to Mars. And then the next minute, monkeys are fucking taking over the ping pong Olympics. And then where's it going to end? Diving? Monkey diving? Is that where we're going with this? That'd be pretty cool, said Musk, who is CEO of Neuralink. He's just fucking around now, isn't he? That's somebody who's got far too much money on his hand, and he's just fucking around. Hey, yeah. Let's fucking... What are we doing today, Elon? Well, are we at Mars yet? Not really. Well, fucking get to Mars. Let's sort that out. Let's get a few more fucking electric cars out. And anything else you want, Elon, today? Fucking wire up a monkey's brain and see if it can play Pong. Let's get that done now. Come on, let's do this. We can do it. And my top 3 dreams are to get to Mars, to stop using fossil fuels, and I've always wanted to wire up a fucking monkey's brain to see if it can play Pong. Have I got the money to do that? Yeah, of course you have. Okay, right, let's start doing that then. Fucking hell. This is all to develop AI, apparently. So they're going to try it on monkeys. You know it's coming our way, people, don't you? They're going to line up fucking people, volunteers, to wire up their brains under the guise that, hey, man, this is going to make you smarter and more intelligent. And then the next minute, we're all fucking sitting in a row, and they're using... It's the fucking Matrix, isn't it? We're all plugged in. And the next minute, things are, somebody comes to you, get a fucking phone in the post, don't you? Somebody answers it. Hey, this phone starts ringing. I'd have gone like that. Hey, this is, hey, is that Neo? Yes. Do you want that? I'd be like, oh, fuck off, mate. I'm busy. I'm at work, and put the phone down. That would have been it for me. The phone would have rang, or I'd just fucking ignored it, and it would have gone to voicemail. End of film. What are we on? 32 minutes, people. That is episode 183 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you want to message me at all, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Saturday, motherfuckers. Have a good rest of your working week. I shall speak to you then. Take care.